One of the most iconic and sinister figures in the Elder Scrolls universe, Mannimarco is an immortal necromancer whose legacy spans eras, continents, and even divergent realities. His story threads through mortal history, godhood, betrayal, and the manipulation of life and death itself. Mannimarco was born as an Altmer, or High Elf, in the early First Era around 1E 230. He was a student of the legendary Psijic Order on the Isles of Artaeum, the ancient keepers of magical lore and time manipulation. However, even among these mystics, Mannimarco stood out, not for wisdom, but for his morbid fascination with death and undeath. He was a prodigious talent, but his obsession with necromancy led to his expulsion from the order. Alongside him, another student left, Vanus Galarian, who would go on to found the Mages Guild. Thus began the long-standing rivalry between the two. Mannimarco wandered Tamriel, delving deeper into necromantic arts, communing with Daedric, and amassing cult followers. Over time, he had become known as the King of Worms, the first and most powerful necromancer in history. Mannimarco's teachings evolved into the Dark Doctrine that fueled the Order of the Black Worm, a secret cult that infiltrated Tamrielic society in every level. Its members participated in necromancy, soul trapping, and vampirism in his name. By the Second Era, Mannimarco was already near a mythical figure. His cult operated in the shadow, but his influence was palpable, especially during the events of the Elder Scrolls Online in 2E 582, where he plays a central role in the story. Here, Mannimarco is allied with Molag Bal, seeking to merge Nirn with Cold Harbor and the catastrophic Planemeld. His ultimate goal was to ascend beyond mortality and become a god. Mannimarco succeeded in a way no mortal had before. He became what is known in the Elder Scrolls metaphysics as an Atata, a divine being, but his ascension was paradoxical. According to the Arcturian heresy and the Warp in the West, Mannimarco exists in two forms simultaneously. There's the King of Worms, a powerful necromancer lord ruling over the crypts of Western Tamriel, eventually defeated by the player in Elder Scrolls II Daggerfall. Then we have Mannimarco the God, a deity known as a god of worms who exists outside time and space, influencing necromantic energies across the cosmos. This duality stems from the Dragon Break known as the Warp in the West, where time split and multiple outcomes occurred simultaneously. In one he was destroyed, in another he succeeded in godhood. However, both realities are true. During the later eras, such as the events in the Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, a mortal incarnation of Mannimarco reemerges, leading the necromancers against the Mages Guild. He is ultimately slain by the hero Kavach, but again, this does not undo his divine form, it only severs the shadow of his presence in Mundus. Mannimarco is not merely a villain, he is an eternal fixture in Tamriel's metaphysical architecture. As long as necromancy is practiced, and as long as death is feared, his name will be whispered in the shadows.